Toonami kicks ass. Watch it.
It's me again, and man, was I glad to see Toonami come back after such a long time. I mean, really glad, because I was there from the beginning when it first started. And, seeing it come all the way through to its cancellation in 2008. And it has just been spectacular to see the series back, the whole programming back again. So Toonami came on tonight. This morning. It's about 5 in the morning now, I think. Yeah, 5 in the morning. And the series that they have, it's on the Adult Swim block now. So they can do a lot of uncut stuff. That's pretty good. And they have 2 new series, let me say. They're not new. One of them is called Dead Man's Wonderland.
You're a dead man.
It came out in 2010, I think, in Japan. And then you have another one called Kashirin Sens.
Yeah, look at that. You can only see one side of his face. That's totally epic. Sign of a great anime.
And it came out in 2008. Now, let me start off by saying these shows was the 2 highlights for Toonami being brought back. And Funimation did well with these. I did some research on these 2 anime series, and what I was disappointed to find is that these are kind of like mini-series. If you want to know more about the story, you have to read the manga, and I'm sure the manga's somewhere on the internet. Trust me, everything's on the internet. But for how short the anime series is going to be, at least in English, because it was in Japanese, so they're probably just going to translate it. That's what Funimation does. I would say it's good. So far, the first episodes for the series. Let me start off with Dead Man's Wonderland. I was looking forward to this series. I didn't have high standards for it, but I had at least the minimum standards saying that, okay, I will watch it and see how it is. And it kicks ass. It kicks ass. It was better than what I thought it was going to be. It's an interesting story. It's a mystery, and it's violence, and it's beautifully put together, and it's just the first episode. I didn't see the Japanese dub or anything. This is my first time seeing English voice actors. It's pretty cool to see all the English voice actors from Dragon Ball Z and stuff working on this. So Funimation rehires their actors, so it's pretty cool to see them all come back. So most of them come back and do other animes besides Dragon Ball, and it worked out. The first episode, the voice acting was great, the animation was great. There was a little bit of action in it, but mostly what I like about it is the story. The story is put together well. Now it's a mystery story. First it was just something that they were just throwing at you, and then I'm like, whoa, what the heck's going on here? And then later on, they just convict this kid for a crime that he didn't commit, and then for him to be in jail, I guess he's going to try to figure out why he's there, if he even cares. He keeps saying, "Oh, I don't belong here," but he's not doing anything to find out why he doesn't belong there. Look, this is just the first episode. It seems like his attorney that came up to him out of the blue is involved in this, so that'll be pretty cool to see what his story is about and why he's involved in this. So I can't wait to see the next episode. I can't wait to finish out the series. I don't want to watch it with Japanese dub because I don't want to ruin it for myself. I don't. So I'm going to watch the episodes as they come on for America, and hopefully it keep me entertained. There's another one called Kashirin Sens. It came out in 2008 in Japan, and supposedly it's a revamp or kind of like a newly formed series. Kind of like what they did with Kimba the White Lion. There was a regular Kimba the White Lion back in the 60s, and then they made a new version later on I think in the 2000s or so, some miniseries. Anyway, it's as far as the first episode, it looks pretty good. I like the main character. At first, I was kind of like, I don't think I'm gonna get into this. It starts off with action, so I'm like, okay, the action scenes look pretty good. But then when it came down to him meeting that little girl, I was like, oh god, there's a kid in the story. It's going to be freaking annoying. But she actually wasn't annoying. I could deal with her voice. The voice acting was pretty good. Well, once again, good voice acting, good animation. Story so far is kind of like, what the heck, what's going on? I don't know if it's connected to like the older series that it's based on. It's based off a classic anime called Casshern, which is just plain called Casshern. And this one is Casshern Sins. So I don't know if it's connected to that because I can't seem to find the old anime. I haven't been really looking that hard. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how far this goes into the series, how far deep it goes, whether it goes back to the old one or it connects to this one. I did some research on the old one, so I kind of know what it's all about for the most part, and it's pretty interesting. So I actually sat down and watched the Sins version, and of course, the little girl, she meets him later on after he's finished killing. Casshern is an android in like this destroyed world that's supposed to be caused by him, and he doesn't remember. So we have another mystery anime going on here, but this one seemed to be just as violent and action-packed as Dead Man's Wonderland. So I would love to see the rest of this anime, just like I would love to see Dead Man's Wonderland, the rest of it. So as we go on, after he kills the robots, he keeps running into this girl who disappears later on. I have no idea who she is. Well, I do. I researched it. So, but right now, we don't know who she is. And then he runs into this toddler named God, what's this kid's name? I think it's Shiro. No, not Shiro. It's something annoying. Anyway, so this kid comes up and she's looking for seashells and stuff, and she offers him one. She's like, "Oh, you're so beautiful and stuff," and he's like, "Well, yeah, I guess, She's like, "You look like a human. You're an android," and she's an android too, but she's like a toddler, and so at first I'm kind of like getting into the conversation. They're just going back and forth about how pretty they look or something like that. So it gets kind of weird, but either way, I got used to the characters, and then it's a part when the toddler gets in trouble. Now that's when I'm like, oh crap! Whoever the robot that's messing with her is going to get the crap beat out of him because Casshern just made friends with her, and he's going to come to her rescue. Number one, he takes a while to get there. I don't know how far this little girl went, but it takes him a while to get there. It takes him at least like about 30 seconds or so. That's pretty long as far as anime watching wise, like in real time, 30 seconds or so. Well, I would say 15 to 20. I won't go as far as 30 seconds. Man, it just caught me off guard how he just comes out of nowhere, just he punches the guy, and then he slams into him, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. He comes there in the nick of time to save her because the thing's like, oh, you're an android. I thought you was human, but I'm going to kill you now because you look better than me. Whatever. So he's trying to smash her head. But Casshern comes out of nowhere, and he saves her life. And you know what? She gets scared of him, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the anime so far looks pretty good, and I would love to see more episodes. So on Funimation's part, beautifully with the translation, beautifully with the voice actors, they're picking up very good animes here. So I mean, Funimation already jumped on a lot of different animes that haven't been like officially aired on Cartoon Network or so. but they've been translating them, and they just do great at picking great animes. So anyway, I would love to see this. I would love to see where it goes, and it'll be awesome.
Toonami's back, bitches, and we've got an all-new lineup. Bleach kicks things off at midnight, followed by Dead Man Wonderland at 12:30, Casher and Sins at 1. Next, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood at 1:30, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex second gig at 2. And Cowboy Bebop brings us to a close at 2:30. Then we flip the switch, start the whole thing over again at 3 a.m. with a bang. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Are you as stoked about it as I am?